you for coming here and practicing with me today, taking time for yourself. Today we're going to focus on balance. Last week we did, let's see, what did we do last week? I think it was strength. So today we're going to focus on balance, and I actually struggle with a lot of these balancing poses. I always have, so it's just something that I'm trying to work on. Also, I know when I'm unbalanced in life, as soon as I step on the mat, I feel better. So yoga gives me that balance in life, and I hope it does the same for you. So I teach basically alignment-based yoga. So I focus on just basic, I guess beginner to intermediate poses with different modifications, because I know some of you don't really practice yoga that much. So I try to, focus on all different levels of yoga. So you just need a mat. If you have a block, that's great. If you don't, no worries. Even like a box or anything or a book could help. You don't need it. So let's begin. Okay, so come to seated, so Sukhasana. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. Okay. Now from here, take your left hand, place it on your right knee. Take your right hand and bring it behind you. And try to turn your torso and look behind your right shoulder. Hug your navel in towards your spine. And in the next exhale, try to see if you can twist a little bit more. And release. Okay, to the other side. Right hand on left knee and left hand behind you. Same thing on the other side, just look past your left shoulder. And breathe. And the next exhale, try to twist even more. Maybe lift that left hand so you're not muscling into your twist. And release. Take your left hand. You can take your left hand or you can take your left arm and place it on the mat, wherever you are in flexibility. So place that arm or hand down on the left side of the mat and take your right hand and bring it past your right cheek. You should feel a twist on the right side of your body. Try to look up towards the ceiling. And release. Okay, other side. Right hand or arm on the mat, take your left hand and bring it past your left cheek. Take a couple deep breaths here and release. Okay, let's go to all fours. So knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes or untuck them. Now from here, see if you can turn the inside of your elbow towards the front of your mat. That creates more stability and strength. If you can't, that's okay. It takes time to do that. Okay. Now come to all fours and drop, and in an inhale, drop your belly towards the mat. Bring your shoulders away from your face for a cow position. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your back up towards the sky. Hug your navel in to cat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to cow. And exhale, cat. Okay, come to a neutral spine. Now take your right hand out and bring your left foot back. Flex your left foot. Turn back and make sure you have a straight alignment. And then in an inhale, bring your right elbow in and your left leg together. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, straight line, and exhale. Try to bring your knee to your nose if you can, or close. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, let's do on the other side. So So left hand out and right leg out. Flex your right foot, hug your navel in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Go to all fours again. Go to a neutral spine. Take your hands, place them a little bit further up towards the mat. Tuck your toes if they're not tucked already, and push your hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Now from here, spread your fingers wide, hug your navel in, try to push your heels towards the mat. And at the same time, try to push your head towards the mat. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Now bend your right leg, and then your left leg. Now bend both legs and push your hips up even more. And look up towards the top of your mat. Now take little baby steps towards the top. Keep your hands and your fingers on the mat for a second here for one breath. Now interlace your elbows and kind of keep a soft bend in your knees and kind of hang over your knees with a little sway. We're just warming up the calves and the thighs first. This is ragdoll. Okay, place your fingers on the mat. Inhale, flat back. Try to see if you can straighten those legs. Keep your shoulders away from your face. Hug your navel in and exhale. See if you can straighten your legs this time for Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, place your hands on the mat. Step your left foot back and your right. Come to a high plank. Okay. From here, hug your navel in. Try to shift forward so that you're on your toes. Stay here for a moment. If you're shaking, that's okay. We're just creating strength in our core. And slowly, with control, slowly go down while hugging your elbows in towards one another. Chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Place your hands at the base of your rib cage. Squeeze your elbows, your shoulder blades towards one another and come up so that your navel is hovering over the mat. Cobra. Keep your chin up slightly and come down. Tuck your toes, push your hips back up. Downward facing dog. Now step your right foot forward and then your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, we'll do that one more time, just a little bit faster. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, back. Inhale, flat back. Make sure your fingers are on the mat. Exhale, back. Inhale, hands on the mat. Shift forward, chaturanga. Now you can do cobra, so untuck your toes, or you could do upper facing dog. From here, your thighs should be hovering over the mat. Press the tops of your toes firmly on the mat. Take a deep breath here. You should feel a stretch in your lower belly. Tuck your toes, push back up to downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. You can hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay. Again. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, back. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back. Hands on the mat. Step your feet back. Shift forward, chaturanga. With control, go down to upper facing dog or cobra. Follow your breath. Keep breathing through these poses. It's so important. Now, you should be in downward facing dog. Step your left foot firmly on the mat. If you can, slide that right leg up towards the sky, downward dog split. Bend your right knee and shift forward like you're in cat position and try to bring that right leg in between your hands. You can move it with your hand if that's easier for you. Okay, now your right knee should be over your right ankle. Now with control and strength and balance, lift up to high lunge. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Now when you're here, take your hands, bring them together. Turn your body towards the right side of your right leg. And try to bring that right elbow over your right thigh. And shift your body, turn your body up towards the ceiling. Try to keep that left leg straight if you can. Stay here for a couple of breaths. High lunge with a twist. And release. Okay, step your right foot back to meet your left. Shift forward, chaturanga. You do upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck your toes, push back. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to do it on the other side. So take your right foot, press it firmly on the mat. Slide that left leg up towards the sky. Bend your left knee and shift forward. Bring them in between the palms of your hands. Straighten your right leg and slowly come up. If you fall, don't worry. High lunge, take a couple breaths here. Take your hands, bring them together, and take your right elbow, place it on the left side of your left leg. High lunge with the twist. Try to straighten that right leg as much as you can, and breathe. Okay, release. Now bring your right leg up to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so now we're going to, now that our body is warm, we're going to start holding some poses. And you can stop at any time, get some water, do child's pose. Do what feels good to your body. Okay, inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, bow. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Okay, bring your hands in the mat. Step your feet back. Shift forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck your toes. Push your hips up towards the sky. Okay, from here, press your left foot firmly on the mat. Slide right leg up. Flex your right foot. Bend your right knee and bring it to in between the palms of your hands. Now from here, turn your left foot so it's at a 90-degree angle. Keep your torso straight so it's facing the front of your mat. Make sure your right knee is over your right ankle. And in one inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Make sure you're still maintaining that bend in that right knee. Don't collapse or anything. Couple breaths here. Hug your navel in. Okay, now from here, take your right hand, shift your weight towards your right leg, and bring that left leg up. Take your right hand, place it in front of you, so it's underneath your shoulder. Flex your right foot, your left foot, and with control and balance, bring that left arm up. Ardha Chandrasana, this is half moon. It's not an easy pose, and if you fall, don't worry, I'll catch you. Okay, bring your left hand down, step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, flat back, exhale, bow. Inhale, hands to sky, exhale, hands to heart. Okay, we're gonna do that on the other side. Inhale, hands to sky, exhale, bow. Inhale, flat back, exhale, bow. Step your feet back, shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Now, step your left foot firmly on the mat, slide that right leg up, bend your right knee and shift forward and bring that in between the palms of your hands. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Let's bring your left foot in between the palms of your hands. We already did that side. Make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. Bring your right foot so it's in a 90-degree angle. Your torso should be straight. And in an inhale, bring your arms up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. breathe here for a moment. Remember to hug your navel in always in these poses. Okay, slowly release your hands. Shift your weight on towards your left leg. Place your hand, your fingers, in front of you, underneath your shoulder. Flex your right foot. And with control, you can stay here, or you can challenge yourself by bringing that right arm up. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And release. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Okay, bring your feet back. High plank, shift forward, chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Come up to upper facing dog or cobra. Tuck your toes, push back. Downward facing dog. Press your right foot firmly on the mat. Slide that right leg up. Bend your left knee. And bring it in between the palms of your hands. Okay, from here, turn your right foot so it's at a 90-degree angle. And this time, cartwheel your hands up. I'm going to actually turn this way so you guys can see me better. Okay, so you should be at Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Make sure you push that right hip back. It's not shifting forward. You want to push it back. And make sure your left knee is bent over your left ankle. Now look past your middle finger. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards one another. And stay here for a couple of breaths. Okay, from here, turn your left palm, bring it past your left cheek, reverse warrior. Make sure you keep that left leg bent. Bring your left elbow, place it on your left knee. Bring your right hand up past your right cheek. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, bring your hands back to your sides for Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe and straighten that left leg. Now from here, shift your body forward towards your left ankle. Place your left hand on the outside of your left foot. Bring your right hand up towards the ceiling. Make sure it's aligned with your shoulder. Trikonasana, triangle. You should feel a good stretch in your left leg. Try to turn your torso with your next exhale up towards the ceiling. And breathe here. And release your right hand. Slowly bring your hands in front of you. Turn your left foot so that it's straight. Come to a wide stance here. And with control, try to bring your head towards your mat. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And try to energetically kind of squeeze the mat with your feet towards one another. That should create more strength in the legs, which creates a little bit more of a challenge. If your head isn't close to the ground, that's okay. It takes time. Pasrita Padottanasana. This is a wide-legged forward bend. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Okay, inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Okay, inhale, take your hands, we're gonna do it on the other side. So your right foot should go towards the front of the mat and your left foot should be at a 90-degree angle. Fix your stance if needed. Your right knee should be over your right ankle and cartwheel your hands up. Bend that right knee, hug your navel in, look past your right middle finger. Warrior 2. Breathe. Okay, now flip your right hand and bring it past your right cheek. Make sure you keep bending that right knee. And And place your right elbow on your right knee. Bring that left hand up towards your left cheek. Inhale, warrior two. Make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades towards one another. Stay here for one breath and straighten that right leg. Now shift your body towards the right side of your right foot. Place your right hand on the outside of your right foot. Bring your left hand up. Make sure your hand is aligned with your shoulder. Hug your navel in. Trikonasana triangle. And release, okay, by bringing your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Now from here, just take a couple breaths, a little break, because we just did a lot of poses. So bring your feet hip distance apart. Palms should be facing forward. Tadasana, mountain pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards one another. And breathe here for a few breaths. See if you can lift your kneecaps up to activate your legs. Okay. From here, keep your feet where they are, so they should be hip distance apart. We're going to do Utkatasana, chair pose. Okay. So from here, bring your hands and place them on the outside of your feet. Try to sit your body low. Bend both knees. Bring your arms up. Hug your navel in and push your butt back so that you can see the tops of your toes. And try to bring your hands up even more and stay here for a few breaths. Not an easy pose, but so great for you. And release, stand up. Okay, we're gonna do another balancing pose. And don't worry if you fall, it's okay. It takes time. I might even fall, but hopefully not. Okay, so shift your weight from your left foot. I'm gonna move back so you can see me a little bit better. Try to grab the top of your right foot. Now you can hold it here by bringing your left hand to your sternum. Or, if you want to challenge yourself, we're gonna go to a standing bow. Shift your weight forward. Try to, don't pull your right foot, but lift it up. And try to straighten your right leg, standing bow. Stay here for a couple breaths and release. Okay, we'll do on the other side. Place your right foot firmly on the mat. Grab your top of your left foot. Bring your right hand to your sternum. Hug your navel in. And slowly, with control, if you can, try to bring that right hand straight. Bring that left foot up. Remember, don't kick it up, hold it here. Standing bow. And release. You might have more balance on one side versus the other. If you did that pose, that's really great. That's more of like an intermediate pose. Okay. For another balancing pose, we're going to do tree pose. Vrikshasana. So, lift your right foot. You can place it on your shin or above your kneecap, but do not place it across your kneecap because you can hurt your knee that way. Whatever one works for you. Make sure your torso is straight. Bring your hands together to your heart. You can stay here, and lift, or you can lift your hands up towards the sky. And it's okay if you fall, like I said. Hug your navel in and breathe. You're creating strength in your ankles and in your calves. Make sure your hip is aligned with your right knee. Try to push that right knee back. And release your leg and your hands. We'll do it on the other side. Press your right foot firmly on the mat. Bend that left knee. You can bring it to your shin or above your right kneecap. Okay, so Bring your hands to the heart or bring them up towards the sky. Make sure your torso is straight and your left knee is aligned with your left hip. And release your hands and your leg. Okay, now come to a, kind of like not a super wide stance, but wider than your hips. And bring your feet kind of outwards like this. And we're gonna come to a squat, malasana, to kind of stretch out our legs a little bit. So bring your hands to your heart and squat down. Now, if you're not there, if you're still like kind of, you know, depending on your flexibility on your toes a little bit, or if your bottom isn't close to the mat, that's okay. We're gonna stay here for a couple of breaths. Kind of stretch out our legs. Breathe here. And release. Okay. Now we are going to come to our bellies. So come to your bellies. Make sure you untuck your toes. Place your hands to the side of your hips so your palms are facing down. Forehead should be on the mat. And come to Shavasana, locust pose. From here, simultaneously lift your head, chest, arms, and legs, and squeeze your shoulder blades in towards one another. Breathe here. 3 breaths. Pull your legs back as if someone's pulling them behind you. And release. Place your hands on top of each other. Now press your left cheek on top of your hands. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Okay, from here, you can do the same thing that we did before, or you can do bow pose, Dhanurasana. So, place your hands on the side of your body, palms should be down, head should be on the mat. Now, try to grab your ankles. Make sure your knees are hip distance apart. And in your next inhale, try to keep your legs up and bring your head, your chest, and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bow pose. Try to kick your legs back. Don't pull them back. And release. Place your hands on top of each other. Now press your right cheek on top of your hands. Stay here for a few breaths. Okay. Now, let's go on our backs. Okay, press your feet firmly on the mat. Make sure your knees are aligned with your hips. Place your hands on the mat. And in your next inhale, shift your hips up towards the sky. Make sure your knees aren't going outwards. Try to have control with your knees. Try to pretend like you're squeezing one of those yoga blocks between your legs. Lift your chin up and bring your chest towards your chin. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. This is Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Stay here for a few breaths. And release your hips. We'll do that one more time with a little modification. Okay, bring your hips up in your next inhale. Same thing, chin up, chest towards chin. Interlace your hands behind you. In your next exhale, try to lift your hips up even further towards the sky. Check your alignment. Make sure your knees are aligned with your hips. And release. Okay, now hug your knees in towards your chest to neutralize the spine. And release. From here, bring your right foot across your left knee. Lift your left foot up. Take your fingers, interlace them behind your left leg. Push your right knee away from your face while pulling your left knee in towards your chest. Thread the needle pose, really good hip opener. You can stay here, or in the next inhale, bring that left foot up towards the sky while trying to bring that left knee towards your face. Flex your left foot. Hold it here. And release. Other side. Right foot down. Left foot across your right knee. Interlace your hands. Bring them behind your right leg. Push your left knee away from your face while pulling your right knee towards you. Activate that right foot by flexing it. And slowly bring that right foot up towards the sky. Breathe. And release. Okay? Take your hands and bring them across from you so you're like at a T. Take your right leg and bring it down on the mat. Take your left knee and just cross it over towards the right side. And look past your left hand. Take a couple deep breaths here. And release. Bring that right foot up and straighten that left leg. Now bring your right foot past your left knee and look past your right hand. You should feel a nice stretch on the right side of your body. And release. Bring your knees to your chest again. And rock up to sit in. Okay. Now from here, bring your feet in front of you. Flex your feet. Bring your hands on the outside of your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards one another, Dandasana. Bring your hands up and try to reach your toes. If you can't, that's okay. You can touch your ankles or your shins. Try to bring your head close to your knees as you can. And release. Bring your right foot. Place it firmly on the inside of your left thigh. Bring your hands up. And try to reach that left foot. And release. Other side. Right foot out. Left foot. Place yourself inside of your right foot. Flex your right foot. Bring your hands up. Janushasana. It's a really good stretch in your calves and hamstrings. And release. Now bring your feet together to butterfly pose. And slowly, with control, try to bring your head towards your feet. You should feel a nice stretch on your inner thighs. And release. And now we're going to go to Shavasana. So I like to stay here for a couple minutes. So come to your backs. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Place your palms up. Now take a few deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose if you can. Let your body sink into the mat. Notice your breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Close your eyes. Soften your jaw. Try to let go of any negative thoughts. Okay, slowly start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Open up your eyes. Bend your knees and shift your body towards the right side. And in your time, come up to seated. Okay, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you feel, I don't know, more balanced. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. I hope you guys have a great day. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste.